Hello there everybody, a very good morning to you and welcome back to howtotrade.com and welcome back to another one of our live streams here in the trading room today. Hope everyone has had a good morning so far. Interesting couple of moves in the market that we've seen over the last sort of 24 hours or so. Pretty flat, to be fair. Big move in the stock market yesterday, and hopefully today, fingers crossed, we can get some nice moves on the trend rider strategy, and that's really what our sort of goal is for today. So we're going to be trying to do that in a little bit more detail. I do apologise as well if you hear a little bit of noise coming from outside. Someone has really annoyingly decided to start cutting hedges and doing everything outside, so it's a little bit annoying. Hello to you all anyway in the trading room, and also across our YouTube, our Facebook, our LinkedIn and our X channels as well. It's good to see you all. Hello to you, J-Ski, Rumu Academy, hello to you as well, Wizard Alvin, Connor Alexander, Martin Clone, good to see you all and I hope you are all doing well. So let's just quickly dive into some of the opportunities that we've got for today. What we're going to be looking at is the trend rider strategy. Now the trend rider strategy, God, that's really annoying. Don't know if you guys can hear that. Can you hear that? Let me know if you can hear that, because that's really annoying me. That's gone now. There we go. We're going to be looking at the trend rider strategy, which is one of the strategies that we've got in our trading academy. Really what I'm going to be doing is going through the strategy itself and just doing an overview of all the markets. Last week we had some really nice trades on this strategy as well, so we're going to be trying to have a look at some more of those trades today, really in the lead up to what is a huge day in the markets tomorrow, which is of course the FOMC interest rate decision. Hello to you, Anna, as well. It's good to see you, and thank you very much for the message. Now, just quickly before we start, if you are looking to get involved in a brokerage in any form, we've got a offer over at switchmarkets.com where they will match your deposit up to $5,000 in credit, which is a really fantastic deal. So if you want to know more about that, head over to www.switchmarkets.com or message me for any more details. Anna, hello to you in the trading room, on the YouTube channel. Good to see you. Who else have we got? Ice Edge, hello to you as well, and hello to you, Machine X. Good morning, Vietnam. Another day in the trenches. US 500s on a triple top, may get some action to the downside. US 30s on a double all-time high. Flash crash may be in the books this week for a massive sellout. Eurodollar building a BBB big W in the 30-minute chart. Japanese yen versus Swiss franc may have a sell on the move. Euro yen may have a buy at 155.5. And gold, well being gold, tunnel between 2582 and 2577. Happy days. Good stuff. Love to see that, Machine X. Hope you're doing well and hope you're having a good trading day so far. And looking forward to hopefully some good moves coming out. Who else have we got? Dillaby, hello to you. Good. Looking forward to the trend rider, which is good. Happy days. I'm glad you're looking forward to the trend rider. It should be a good stream. Hopefully there's some nice trend rider opportunities right now in the market. So let me go over to our trading education and over in the bottom here, and let me just quickly show you exactly what it is we're talking about today. Trend rider strategy is one of our ones from Mario Singh in the Mario Singh book. If you click move me to a new path, once you're in our trading academy, you'll be able to watch the video. A video will come up which is recorded by me, but not also the video. You'll also get a strategy overview, a trading guide, trade examples, 17 proven strategies by Mario Singh as well. You'll get it all. You can have a look at all of those PDF documents and download them as you wish. I'm going to download the trading guide, and if there is at any point someone who's not sure about how this works, then feel free to drop me a message and I will stop and explain things again. But I assume, because I've done this a few times, that most people know what it is or how the strategy works. If you don't know how the strategy works, it's really simple. We set our chart to one of the major FX pairs. They're the preferred ones: Euro dollar, dollar yen, pound dollar, USD Swiss, USD CAD, Aussie dollar USD, and New Zealand dollar USD as well. We set the time frame of the chart to either be on the 1 hour or the 4 hour. We add 2 exponential moving average indicators to the chart, and we set the exponential moving average length to 12 periods and 36. So basically the 36 EMA and the 12 EMA. And then we add the average directional movement index, which is known as the ADX indicator. And this will be populated at the bottom of the chart. And then we just need to add a custom horizontal line on the 40 mark of the ADX. And if you watch the video, you will see that, I will show you how to do that basically, which is handy. Really, really simple. We get a signal, or we get a signal to go long when the EMA 12 crosses above the EMA 36, and we then enter on a retest of that EMA 12. And a signal to go short is when the EMA 12 crosses below the EMA 36, and we enter on a retest of the EMA 12. However, the thing that most people fall on is the fact that the stop loss of our trade, which is set at the EMA 36, it has to be at least 30 pips away from that EMA 12. I know most of you know that already. That's where some people fall short. So make sure you're doing that, please. It's telling us basically we use the ADX indicator to purely exit the trade. Now, I use the MT4 or MT5 version of the ADX. I've noticed that the TradingView one and the MT4 one are a bit different. They show different things. But I found that the MT4 one is a bit more accurate, so I use that one. That's just my opinion. So if you look at MT4, which you'll see on your screens now, you can basically see that ADX indicator at the bottom of my screen like this, and you can see that 40 line. We basically wait for this ADX to cross above 40 and then back below, and that's when we exit the trade. Okay, really, really simple. Okay, right. Let's dive into some of the markets now. If we load up our TradingView platforms, which I've just done. If we start on the pound versus the US dollar, now you may have to ignore the other drawings that I've got, so I do apologise for that. But the EMA 12 and the EMA 36 is this blue and orange line. The EMA 12 is the blue, and the EMA 36 is the orange. If anyone's unsure about how to set that up, message me now, and I'll go through it again. If not, I'll assume that you already know how to set that up. Okay, good stuff. Right, so if we have a look at what we see at the moment this is on cable, you can see the most recent crossover we had was a bullish one, and that's our sign to go long. Now the actual trading opportunity comes when we get a test of that EMA 12, and the gap needs to be 30 pips. So as you can see at the moment on the pound versus the US dollar, there is an opportunity to potentially go long when we get the price coming back and testing our EMA 12. We then go long with a stop loss basically at this EMA 36. Now you'll notice that I've already got a trade which is lined up, and that's because if you look at the 1 hour time frame, bullish crossover, test of that EMA 12, 31.2 pip stop loss. I entered this on Friday last week, and as you can see, yes, we had a little bit of drawdown, but then we had this week pound dollar has literally taken off really, really nicely, and look at that, absolutely beautiful move to the top side. Really happy with that. Now, when we look at the ADX indicator for the pound versus the US dollar on the 1 hour time frame, you can see that I got an exit signal here. So basically got this candle. So I exited the market. And if we look at what that equates to as profit, you can see on a 1% risk, that would have been a 2.5% gain in just 3 trading days, 2 or 3 trading days. You probably tell me, yeah, but look, we continued to go higher here. I just followed the rules. I exited when the ADX crossed back below 40, which as you can see, happened here. That's when I exited the trade. Now that doesn't mean we didn't get potentially another re-entry opportunity, because we did. Because you can see we had another test But I was already in the trade and I didn't want to double expose myself, but that gap was only 24 pips, so actually that wasn't another trade. And yes, sometimes that's the way it goes. It could be, that we continue higher here, and that's just the way it goes, and we missed out on more pips. But sometimes that's the strategy. You'll find that if one day you don't listen to the ADX indicator, it might reverse on you, and all that profit you had might be reversed. So we don't want that to happen at all. Let's have a look at dollar yen, because dollar yen was a trade that I sent out to everyone last week. Trend rider opportunity on the test of the EMA 12 here, and you can see how successful that trade has been. We're actually getting multiple re-entry signals as well. There's our bearish crossover. You could have entered here, here, even here, or in any of those touches. Or if you wanted to carry on in the trade or have another entry signal, then you can see you could have entered here as well. Just be careful. If we have a look at the ADX on that. You can see what's happening to the ADX is we're just getting a situation where the ADX is ticking lower, and as a result what we're getting is consolidation in the price. Now that means that the next tick higher in the ADX could be a reversal. And therefore, if you did miss any of these opportunities last week, just use it as a learning exercise and try and get in maybe when the next crossover comes. I'm not a big fan, if I'm being honest, of trading this one. At least for the time being. Technically, following the rules, then there is nothing wrong with entering here. It's just that if you look how far we've come already, it's just a bit of personal preference from me. There's maybe some signs that we're going to get a bullish reversal. You can see we've bounced from 140. 140 is sort of acting as support now. So I'm not 100% sure if this is a sensible entry round down here. But if we're just following the trend rider, you can enter here. I'm not saying you can't, but just be careful. And then when we look at the 1 hour time frame as well, you can see those EMAs coming together, which is again a sign that not that we won't get another leg lower, but it's more of like a 50-50, because we may actually get a reversal and we may get that bullish crossover on the hourly time frame now that dollar yen's already come down to my target of 140. So that's just my opinion, so I'd probably leave that one. But the pound dollar one looks really, really nice. Let me just check if I've got any questions. Okay, I think we're all good. Fantastic. Right. Dollar CAD at the moment isn't giving us much. As you can see, dollar CAD is really just in a consolidation period on the hourly time frame. On the 4 hour, again, yeah, we had a potential entry here, but you can see right now there isn't anything really that's sticking out to me. In this is just a mess, and that's what we just keep moving. We just keep moving on to the next potential one. So on USD Swiss franc, we've had a bearish crossover. The gap's 20 pips. So let's just be patient here. Wait for the next leg lower in this market. Retest. And then we get hopefully the big expansive move to the downside. Of course, what you got to remember as well is, tomorrow we've got the FOMC. So it's going to be, I'm not sure how much the markets are going to move today. It might just be a bit choppy in the lead up to the FOMC tomorrow, but we shall see. The New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar again. We've got a bullish crossover, but we haven't had a 30 pip gap just yet. Sort of a 10 pip gap. Oh. And so we need to be patient again and just wait for that 30 pip gap to form. And then we can try and look to go long on New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar as well. And last week, on top of the USD yen successful trades, we also had a potentially nice trade on Euro yen, which is still in profit, but it has reversed somewhat. You can see we entered at the test of this, can't can't speak now. We entered at the test of this EMA 12, even though we already had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entry signals before that. That's why you've got to be careful. Try and get in as early as possible is my advice to you there with this strategy. And if we look at the ADX indicator, you can see that when we entered here, that's fine. We got a crossover above, and then where was the crossover below? At the close of this candle. So we would have exited the market, and we did. Well, you should have, if you was following the strategy to the T, exited there for about a 1-to-1 risk reward. Okay, so nothing groundbreaking, but a solid 1-to-1. So if you risk 2%, you'd have got a nice 2% gain, or 1% for a 1% gain. And that is why it's important to follow the ADX, because now if you decided to ignore it, you may be feeling a little bit like, oh no, we could actually be reversing here, and then you may lose all your profits that you've waited 3 days for. Also, the Euro Yen isn't a preferred pair for the trend rider, but I wanted to test it out, and the test was successful. It wasn't massive gains, but still gains. So we're happy with that on the whole. So we should see how that continues in the next coming days. Of course, we've got the decision from the Bank of Japan coming up as well, so that should be fascinating to see how that one goes, that's for sure. Okay, good stuff. All right then, is there any other pairs? Let's have a look at gold. Let's see if gold's worked out in any way before. For those of you who look to want to test it on gold, we've actually got a bullish crossover here, and then this is our first test. It isn't designed for gold, so be careful if you're going to use it for gold, but could work out. You can see that on the Nasdaq it's worked out really well. Look at that, beautiful. Multiple rejections right on that EMA 12. Actually got like 3 or 4 rejections and then closures above that EMA 12, which is a really nice sign, and you can then see the market has ticked higher as a result of that. So yeah, there's some nice opportunities. My favorite opportunity right now, the one that I'm going to post in the trading room, is obviously the successful one we had on the pound versus US dollar. But if you miss that, then don't fear, because I believe that within the next sort of couple of days, hopefully we can get a test of that EMA 12 on cable, and then we can look to potentially go long. So and as per the rules of the strategy, we only expose ourselves to one trend rider trade at a time. And this one for me is the one which is looking the best. Does anyone have any questions on anything that I've spoken about today? Anything anyone wants me to run through? Let me know. I'll sort of give it 30 seconds or so for anyone to ask any questions that they may have. Hello, G-Clone. I want to ask from your experience, how many pairs do you advise to watch? I can show you. I'll show you right away. So as you'll see, here we go. I have a red list of markets, Clone. Make that bigger. And these are the markets that I trade. Cable, Euro. I trade all the US majors because I do trade the trend rider strategy. And I also look at the gold market, oil, the 3 US stock indexes, the German index, and then I put the Euro Yen there because of the trend rider strategy. I also use the DXY and the VIX as like my analysis. I don't actually trade those markets, of course, because you can't on a spot broker. So my advice to you is, if you've just started out in trading, I'll try and focus on maybe 3 to 5 pairs, and then as you get more experience, move yourself up to potentially something like 10 maximum. For me, that's just how I like to do it. Try and use about 10 pairs in total. No problem. Hope that helped. Any other questions that anyone's got that I can help with? Okay, good stuff. All right, everybody, if you check out the market analysis section in just a second, or in the next 20 minutes, you will see I will post the cable trend rider trade in there for you. So make sure you're looking out for that. Should be good. Fingers crossed it works out okay, like the last ones last week, which we did really well on. Really, the markets are going to be, difficult, I think, to trade today because of the FOMC tomorrow and everything that's coming tomorrow. So if you don't manage to get into a trade today, don't be frustrated. Just, take a deep breath, take a step back. We're going to get lots of market movement coming in the next 24 hours. And so it should be a good one. Okay. Thank you very much. I'll see you all tomorrow at the same time to do an FOMC preview to see what I think is going to happen and how I think the markets will move leading up to the event. And then Shane will cover the event for you live. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, and Shane will be up later as well. Thank you very much. Take care. Trade well. Cheers.